Hello everybody, today we're doing a video for GTA Car Kits in a 2016 Mercedes CLA, and it will be the similar installation for Mercedes GLA. As you can see, we already installed our Apple CarPlay and AndroidAuto kit into this car. It's been paired to iPhone wirelessly. You can also pair it to your Android phone wirelessly. We have done previously a CLA, but it was older. It was a 2015, so it had an older radio where the buttons were not flat. But as you can see, this is the newer stereo, so the installation in the kit is a bit different. So you can control the system with the original controls. You will not lose any functionality from the original Mercedes system. If you press and hold the back button, it will switch back to the original system. And if you're in CarPlay or Android Auto and you put your car into reverse, the original cameras will still work the exact same way. And now we're going to show you how to install our product into this car. So the tools you're going to need is a T20 Torx. This is our panel removal tool. And this is a tool for Mercedes vent removal, and you can find it easily on Amazon. And of course, you're going to need our product. We will start with removing the vents. We have to remove the passenger side and the driver's side vents, and we're going to use this tool. So we're going to insert it with this hook pointing down, and right here, right in the middle, there's an opening where you have to insert the tool. You have to turn it either counterclockwise or clockwise, and then you pull on the vent, it will come out. So what I was doing is I was inserting the tool here, and then I turned it so it hooks on, and that way you can pull it out. Same thing on the driver's side. So this is our T20 Torx, and we're going to use it to unlock the locks. So there are two T20 bolts inside of here. So you're going to see one T20 on the passenger side, and then the other one on the driver's side. So you're going to undo the two bolts, and you don't have to undo them fully. They have this kind of stopper where the bolt stops turning, and that means that the lock has been unlocked. Same on the driver's side. That's it, the bolt is now not turning, so it means it's been unlocked. Now we can grab our panel removal tool, and the radio is ready to come out. So we'll carefully go here underneath, pop it out. And once you have it about halfway, you're going to look here from the passenger side. There's a connection here that you have to press on top and disconnect it. And now the radio can come out fully. So at the back of the head unit, there are two connections that we're going to work with. So this is the main quad lock harness, which we have to disconnect, and we're going to connect our harness instead. So there's a locking clip at the bottom. You have to press on it to unlock it, and it unlocks. Also, this car doesn't have a fiber optic cable, but if it would have it right here in this opening. So you would transfer it over to our harness, but this car doesn't have it. As you see, it's empty. Next is this blue wire for video. You're going to press the clip at the bottom, and then you're going to use your panel removal tool to carefully pry this connection so it disconnects. We'll show you what comes in our kit and everything that we're going to install. So you have your main harness. We have our video cable. This is our USB cable, which we're going to wire to the passenger footwell compartment. And this is our wireless antenna. And of course, this is the main module that does the entire work. We will start with our harness. We'll have to plug in the original quad lock into the one from our kit. So with the lock unlocked, you will insert almost all the way in, and then you lock it in place. Same thing at the back of the head unit. So this is our end. As you see, we have no fiber optic cable in this car, so this is empty. But with the lock unlocked, you will line it up straight. And as you can see, I inserted almost all the way in, and then I lock it in place. And then the other end of our harness are these two white connections. We're going to show you how to route it. Next is our video cable. So it has two ends. So this is a single end, and this is the double end with a female and a male. So we have our blue original wire, which we disconnected. It will go into the female of our cable, and then our male will go at the back of the head unit instead of the original blue one. Make sure that goes all the way in and clips in. So now here we end up with these. So this is the single end of the video, and this is our harness. And we have to feed these two wires behind the head unit here. and we're gonna feed it all the way down in order to hide the module here. So we're gonna grab the carpet here. We're gonna peel it back. So it gives us plenty of space. So there's space right there underneath where we can hide our module. But first we need to bring out the wires right here. So we have to feed these wires. There's an opening right in the middle here where we'll start with the video cable. So you just insert it there, and then I use my other hand to catch it at the back here to bring it out. And this is our harness. And now we have it here. So we're gonna grab our module and we're gonna do these connections. So for this particular Mercedes, the switches that you have to set are 3 and 5. So when we ship the module, it will be already preset for your particular car. Now we can insert our harness cable and also the video cable. And the other two things that we have to do is the USB and the wireless antenna. So you have a few options where you can install the wireless antenna, but make sure you don't stick it on top of the module. So here is a good spot above the head unit. There's this plastic housing there that is flat. Make sure that you wipe it first, and then you can remove the sticker. And we carefully can sticker it above the head unit. And then this end of the antenna, we will feed the same way we fed the other wires, so we can connect it to our module. And then we have our module. We're going to connect it there. And the last thing is this USB cable for optional wired CarPlay, wired AndroidAuto, and it's used for updates. So this cable we will leave right here, so it sticks out from the carpet, and you just have it come out here on the passenger side. So at this point, we're ready to start hiding the module. So you got to be careful with the wires. When you're inserting the module, make sure that you insert it carefully, not to adjust the dip switches on any other parts of the car. And you're going to carefully insert it here, so there's plenty of space. As you can see, you're going to insert it all the way in, and make sure that you rearrange these wires nicely so they don't stick out. Then you're also going to put in the extra wire from the USB there, so you only have certain length coming out. With the module hidden, we are going to put back the carpet. As you can see, we're just leaving this USB cable here. That's it. Carpet is in place and the module is now hidden. Now our next goal is to insert the stereo back into the original cavity here. So now you have this extra quad lock harness, which you didn't have before. And in this particular car, it's exact same spot where we fed the wires through. In the middle here, there's an opening. So that's the goal, is to put this extra harness in here in the middle, so it's not in the way. Then don't lose that extra wire which we disconnected here. So that's this one. You have to make sure that the locks are unlocked. So if they're like this, then the stereo can go. But if it's unlocked, the stereo can go in here and then it locks in place. So you have to unlock it on the driver's side and the passenger side. And now carefully start inserting the stereo back. So I'm holding this extra wire here. I'm going to connect it. And then carefully insert the stereo. Then once you lined up the stereo with the locks, the stereo kind of drops down. And then you can insert it all the way in. But before we do that, we're going to test everything to make sure everything is working. So we have the ignition on. And you got to make sure that your phone, whichever phone you're using, is still paired to the original Bluetooth system. And you're going to select the source for media as your Bluetooth. So that's your phone. And now we're going to press and hold the back button here in the middle. As you can see, we have an extra function which we didn't have before. So I can switch between the original one and our system. And now we're going to test it first with the cable. So we inserted the cable. You got to make sure that it's charging. So as you can see, CarPlay launched, or if you connect your Android phone, it will launch AndroidAuto. And you can also pair it wirelessly through the settings of our kit. You will test sound. So the sound is working. So now we can shut the car off and finish off the installation. So now we have to insert the stereo all the way in, and you're gonna see that the locks should be going into the original positions. So you can secure them with the T20 Torx. So we'll see here. First we'll do the passenger side. And now we will do the driver's. Now to insert these vents back, you gotta make sure that here the vents have this marking as top. So that will have to, as you can see, this notch here, it has to line up with this notch right there. And you just simply insert it in. Same with the other side. As you can see, it says stop here. So the installation has been completed. We also paired the iPhone wirelessly to the system. And now you can enjoy Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in this Mercedes CLA. I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time.